Hello students, welcome class 5 to your e-learning computer class. Previous class we have discussed history of computers, okay? From chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, history of computers. This part is completed. Today I will discuss generation of computers. Generation of computers. There are first generation computers, second generation computer, third, fourth and fifth generation of computer is now 1, 2. We are in fourth generation of computer. We are trying to do a supercomputer, that is fifth generation of computer. Now generation of computer will start first generation of computer. Computers are classified into different categories based on the technology used. What type of technology used, on that basis we are categorized and classified. Okay, different categories. Now first generation computer is time period. First generation computers time period is 1942 1958. The first generation computers time period is 1940 to 1958. There are some common characteristics of the first generation of computer. That time they use vacuum tubes. In the first generation computer they use vacuum tube. These are the vacuum tubes. This type of tubes used in the first generation of computer. And input was given by punch card. Input was given by punch card and paper tapes. Using the punch card and paper tape, we was given the input. We are saying the input through the punch card and paper tapes. And this computer was very large in size. The first generation computer is very large in size, and they were very expensive. In the first generation computer, when it was invented, then it was very costly, very expensive, and had very small internal storage, and internal storage capacity also very low. Very small storage, internal storage capacity was very small and very expensive and very large in size. And first generation computer they used vacuum tube, and for through shape the input used punch card and paper tape. Okay. And the first generation computer, few examples of the first generation computer are Mark 1, ENIAC, EDVAC and EDSHEC and UNIVAC 1. These all are the example of first generation of computer. Mark 1, Howard Aiken invented the first automatic sequence control calculator. Mark 1, it is invented in 1944, which was capable of executing long computations automatically, and it was about 15 meters long, and the wire connecting the various parts of the machines were about 800 kilometers long. Then you can imagine that what long and how very high in size, very large in size, and it was very slow, and it is used to take 3 to 5 seconds per calculation. Per calculation it takes 3 to 5 seconds. Okay. And next, ENIAC. ENIAC, its a full form is Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. Okay, was invented by John Macaulay and J. Presford Eckert in 1946. ENIAC, and it consisted of 18,000 vacuum tubes. It consisted of 18,000 vacuum tubes, occupied 63 square meters of space, and weighted more than 27,000 kilometers. It was 1,000 times faster than the Mark 1, but it was faster than the Mark 1. Okay, 1,000 times faster, and it could add to large number in 200 microseconds. It was initially built to help the army in launching bombs and missiles, but it did not have stored program. It cannot store programs and had to be programmed manually for each task. It cannot store manually. We have to do this program. And next is EVAC. EVAC is an electronic discrete variable automated calculator, was built using the binary code by Newman J. Presburg Eckert, American electrical engineer, and John Marcari, American psychologist, and it was completed in 1948. And this computer, first electronic computer that used to store different program on punch card, and this one can store program, okay, on punch cards. And this concept still is used in modern computer, and that technology still we are using to store the data inside the computer. Okay, next is EDGEC. Its ENIAC program could not be stored in 1949. Professor M. Wickles of Cambridge University designed its electronic delay storage automated calculator. This machine was slightly faster than ENIAC. It occupied the area of 20 square meters and weighed up to 6,000 kilometers. It was the first computer that used stored program. This type of computer. Next, UNIVAC 1. The world's first commercially available computer, UNIVAC 1, Universal Automatic Computer 1, was designed by J. Presburg Eckert and John Marcari in 1951. It weighed approximately 13,000 kilometers and occupied the area of 35.5 square meter. It was the first computer that was equipped with the magnetic tape unit. It could handle both numeric and text, and that using the magnetic tape we can handle both type of data, numeric as well as text. Okay, and what's the limitation of the first generation of computer? The major limitation of the first generation of computer are follows. Their operating speed was very slow. Obviously the operating speed is very slow, and power consumption was very high, and the required large space for installation. There's required the very large space, and potential to be programmed for our tasks was limited. We cannot store all the things. Okay, and was very expensive to build, and it was very expensive first generation of computer, and they could solve only one problem at the one time. Only one problem can solve at one time. These are the limitation of the first generation of computer. Next is second generation computers. Is the time period is second generation of computers. The time period is 1959 to 1968. 1964. 1959 to 1964. They used transistor. Okay, each and every generation of computer has some different feature. Okay, this characteristics of the second generation of computers, they use transistor. Okay, these are used in the second generation of computer, but the first generation computer we used vacuum tubes. Okay, and they were smaller, faster, cheaper, and more efficient than the first generation of computer. In the second generation computer are more efficient and faster and cheaper and the smaller also than the first generation of computer, and they use punch card for input. They also use punch card for input, and they had all the components like storage capacity, disk storage, and operating system and printer. And the programming language in the second generation computer, we use the programming language COBOL and Fortran come into picture, and the IBM 1401 and RCA 501 are example of the second generation of computer. What is the example of the second generation computer? IBM 1401 and RCA 501. These are the example of second generation of computer. Now this third generation of computer. Third generation computer time period is third generation of computer time period is 1965 to 1970. This is the third generation of computer. They use intricate circuit. First generation vacuum tube, second generation they use that transistor, and the third generation used integrated circuit, ICS, properly known as chips, for the first time in computer, right? And they had more storage capacity, and then the second generation computer, and then the second generation computer in third generation storage capacity is high, more. Okay, and they used operating system that allowed to run different program at the same time. In the second generation computer, the first generation computer, there is a limitation, only at a time one problem they can solve. But the third generation computer, different program at the same time can run, allowed to run the different program at the same time, and the price of the third generation computer was less than the previous generations. Obviously, third generation computer are less price than the first generation and the second generation of computer. Then IBM, what is the example of third generation computer? IBM 360 series and 370 series are example of the third generation computer. Next, the fourth generation computer. Fourth generation computer's time period is 1971 to present. Now we are using fourth generation of computer. The fourth generation computer use microprocessor. Now we use the microprocessor, a type of very large scale integrated circuit, VLSIC, very large integrated circuit, and this microprocessor contain all the components of the CPU on the single chip. In a single chip, we can contain all the components. Okay, the use of microprocessor helps decrease size and increase efficiency. Decrease in the size and increase efficiency, and this storage capacity and computing power is much improvement in this generation. Fourth generation computer, storage capacity and computing power is much improved, and they used improved storage device that are cheaper than those used earlier. Earlier, which one we used for storing data, and now whatever we are using for storing data, this is more cheaper, and they can be linked together to share storage capacity, space, data, etc. And the IBM PC, Apple Macintosh are the example of this generation of computer. In addition to desktop or personal computer used nowadays, laptop, palm top and tablets use this technology. Which fourth generation of computer this technology applied in this all these machines, laptop, palm top, tablets, and have become very common. This generation computer has improved efficiency and reduced size. Palm top is a very small in size, and they are smaller in size, the faster than the previous generation of computer. They lack the ability to think. And next class, and now is the fifth generation of computer. This is the artificial intelligence. Fifth generation 1989 for future. Okay, this computer for this generation can think, behave and like human. This category is called artificial intelligence. Now it is processing. This generation computer are referred to as supercomputer. Fifth generation computer is referred to as supercomputer. They have very large storage capacity and very high speed. Okay, today this much. Next class I will discuss type of computers.